Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols, and I'm here to bring you your Nicholsworth, and today we're featuring the NET Bible with full notes. Now, I did not get this one for the translation. I'm not super familiar with the translation. I do know it's a dynamic equivalent. I got this one because I heard nothing but rave reviews about the note system, and let me tell you, the rave reviews are legitimate. The features of this Bible, it has 3 different types of notes. Listen, it has 60,000 translator notes. It has translator notes that explain the rationale for the translation and give alternative interpretive options. It has study notes of historical backgrounds, cultural and theological insight, and then it has textual critical notes, text critical notes that highlight alternate readings found in various manuscripts. What I think that is where this thing is the most valuable. Textual criticism is really necessary in order to be able to rightly interpret Scripture. You have to use all the manuscripts that are available. The Codex Vaticanus, the Codex Sinaiticus, you have your Textus Receptus, you have all these different text groups that different Bibles are based off of, and this kind of gives you the best of both worlds. So let's take a look at it first. The box, it's clamshell. I think it's kind of cool that it comes in a little window with the NET logo on it. Thought that was pretty sweet. Of course, it has your Hebrew right here. When you open it, it's got a really nice, look at that, double perimeter stitched. What? Double perimeter stitched. Has the little NET logo on it. Has a nice little spine stamped to, as always, Thomas Nelson is always going to put fantastic double-sided 3/8" satin ribbons in there. This has a matte gilding. Check that out. It's not super shiny. It's not like top level. I mean, you can see little waves here, but I mean, for the price point, this is really, really great, just structurally speaking. Now let's open it. Let's look at the liner. Interesting. Okay, the presentation page is part of the liner. Interesting. I actually kind of dig it. If you're going to have a presentation page, then let's put it in a place that you already have to have and it doesn't take up extra paper. Now, one thing you're going to notice about this thing is the setup is wild. Okay, here is your biblical text in 8.75 font, 8 3/4. And then this font, and this is just a little bit tinier, it is 7.14, but you can see it is wrapped around the text. This is where you're going to find your textual notes, your study notes, and your textual critic notes. Now, the way you can tell the difference is it is listed right here. See how it says TN? That is a textual note. And then you will notice in other places it will say SN, and that is a scriptural note. And in other places you will notice it says TC, which is your textual critical note. So let's go to a place where we're obviously going to have a textual critical note. Let's go to the end of Mark. And you will notice, like, look at this. That's the scripture for the whole page. All this is notes. So really, you don't buy this Bible to read. It's almost impossible to read. This is a study tool. This is something you put on your shelf and you use as a tool. But without further ado, let's get to the end of Mark. Because we know that Mark is a hotly disputed book. So here we go. How do they handle Mark 16? Here we are. Mark chapter 16, and this is a little bit difficult to see where you are because there's so little text there, but see, they have it double bracketed, and double bracketed will let you know that this has been disputed. So if you get down here in the note, it will give you a letter here. When you follow this letter, you follow it alphabetically, elemental P, right there. You see TC. All right, that means this is a textual critical note that's letting you know that there's other textual options available here that either eliminate, add to it, and you can see this bad boy is long. Okay, so when you get to the end, there's some cited works, which I think is really cool. They have works cited pages, and it's several pages of cited works. So if you want to know how they put this together, the sources they use, you can have that. Has Hebrew and Greek transliteration page, and then it takes you to the maps. And that, my friend, is the whole thing. So started off with my glasses, ended without them because I had to be able to see. But you can see this thing is a cool resource. It's not very expensive. They have it in genuine leather option if you want to utilize that. I'll put all that in the description. Meanwhile, keep calm. Jesus on. This is your Nicholsworth.